So creating every day is obviously something that I've been trying to do based on these videos and stuff. I know that there have been a couple of books that I've read mostly on the creative process about how important it is to be creating things daily. So I wanted to talk about that today. So obviously I'm creating daily videos. I don't know, I guess they're kind of like pseudo vlogs or something. I don't really know what they are. But creating those daily. The other thing that I've been trying to do is also create music daily. So through the school that I'm going through, we have mentors every quarter, which is nice. Other people within the industry. And one of kind of the big pushes from my mentor this quarter is to be able to create music daily. Obviously, with creating anything daily, you run into kind of issues. Time is one. For me, memory is another one. And energy is something else that I know probably a lot of people potentially struggle with. So for me, the whole creating music daily has been a struggle. However, for the most part, I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. But I can't pause because I can't edit the video because I don't have time right now. So I'll go back to the three issues that I've written down. Time, the figuring out the time for me to film was one of the big things that was the hardest. Well, it wasn't necessarily the hardest, but it was one of the big things for me. So the way that I thought about time was kind of what I mentioned yesterday, where if I don't have time to do the thing, then I need to figure out how I can rearrange time to make the thing happen. So for me, it was figuring out when I had some extra time to do stuff, when I could, would be when I could do that. And there really isn't any other options just because, like I said, the time is difficult for me. Because I have so much stuff that I'm trying to get done and also maintain relationships and stuff like that. So for me, that was the big thing. So instead of, it wasn't yesterday, but 2 days ago, thinking about or telling yourself that you don't have time, for me, it was telling myself instead of saying that, well, you can have time, but where would it fit into your schedule and how can you make that work? To me, maybe this should have been the first one, but memory is what I have written down second. I am not extremely forgetful, but when I'm trying to implement a new practice, I have a hard time following through and remembering to do the things. So for me, the notebooks have been a huge thing. Before I got the notebook or the pocket notebook, it was just notes in general, and I would have the sheets of paper that I think I showed in the second video, the first video, over creating or what I needed to do for the day, and having that kind of constant reminder of always being like, hey, you need to do this, you need to do this, really helped me out. And luckily I haven't really had an issue with the energy thing because these are things that I want to do, so I've never necessarily been like, oh, I have to do it. But kind of getting myself to start doing it had always been difficult. And for me, this is where the putting on the shoes, if you want to start running, your goal shouldn't be to start running. It should be just put on your shoes. So for me, it was opening up Ableton. And that is kind of like my putting on the shoes / going to the gym. So it's not even necessarily doing the exercise itself, but getting to a point where you could do it. So yeah, it was kind of a more rambly video, but I need to make one, so I'm making one. Yeah, have a good day. See ya.